This is probably the best show on television right now, and if you're not watching it, you are missing out. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, is the long-promised show that originally should have actually been a series of movies that followed Andrew Lincoln's Rick Grimes from the original Walking Dead show, but it ended up becoming a 6-part miniseries. So far, about 5 episodes have aired, and the last one is coming out on Sunday, and it has just been an absolute treat. We would have last seen Rick, who was the main character in The Walking Dead, who pretty much carried that show for many, many, many years and seasons. He came back for a cameo in the finale of the original show that ended in 2022. He appeared in the series finale, sort of as a teaser and a lead up to him and Michonne's show. Michonne, who would have also left about a season before that as well. And so we finally get to see these characters reunited and their love story continue on. But more importantly, we finally get to see the world really built out. I have been so excited for this show that when it was Andrew Lincoln's final episode, I stopped watching it, which was in season 9, episode 5. Here's the tweet that I made in 2018 when that actually happened, and I stopped watching, and I didn't start watching again until I heard that the show was ending, so I caught a couple of the last pieces of it. But then in the last few months, when I started to see the promotional material for The Ones Who Live, I was so excited because we finally got to see the original Rick Grimes and Michonne back in action. Really and truly, the rest of the ensemble cast have been great from the original show, but honestly, the show suffered after Andrew Lincoln left. It just faltered. Let's be real. Daryl is great, Carol is great, all the other characters that would have been able to try to do their best were awesome, but they just could not fill the hole that Rick Grimes left. And we finally, in my opinion, honestly get answers to just long-standing questions just around the whole world of The Walking Dead, in my opinion. Like, what's going on in the rest of the US? Like, what's going on in other parts of the world? Like, are there no more bigger communities than Alexandria, the Commonwealth, and whatnot? Like, we finally get to see now the CRM, who's been teased in World Beyond and other series here and there, and we finally get answers to who the helicopter people were. And of course, this is assuming that you're not a fan who also would have read the comic book, so you would have had answers to that, right? But one of the things that Andrew Lincoln did say early on was that the show was about providing answers, and surely we got that. Oh my gosh, this show is such a love letter to the fans. I mean, Denai and Andrew's performances week after week, how they draw and extract the emotion out of you as a fan is just incredible. And just seeing them come together, like, I never really truly appreciated Rick and Michonne's relationship until this particular show. And now I'm able to really see here now, wow, like, maybe this is something that could withstand all of the danger and gloom and doom that surrounds everyone in The Walking Dead. And now I'm really truly in love with these characters and their relationship, and I'm really fully invested in it now. We get to see where Rick has been, and that was my biggest thing. How are they going to deal with the fact that Rick, who has fought battle after battle and war after war, how is it that he had to stay away from his family back home in Alexandria for all these years? And we come to find out it's actually been about maybe 7 years now, I believe 7 or 8 years since the bridge. And they shortly provided answers to that and made us know that, yeah, Rick, we know him to be this fighter who would do anything for his people and for his family. Yeah, he went as far as to cut his hand off to try, well, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, to try to get back to his family. And I think it was important that they established that very early on in the very beginning of the series so that we can understand the gravity and the nature of who he's up against, which is the CRM. The CRM is probably the biggest community that's left around, maybe in the world, but certainly in the United States of America during the zombie apocalypse. And they have built massive communities in several places, one of those places which has fallen, but we see they have managed to create a semblance of the world that we would have had before it fell. And so it's been so great to just see them expand and build the world of The Walking Dead beyond just these little settlements that we've been able to come across in the last couple of seasons in the original show and some of the spin-offs. Oh my gosh, the scene between Rick and Michonne when they were in the apartment together trying to hash out their issues, and she's trying to get him to come back with her to Alexandria, and he's trying to protect her and make the ultimate sacrifice. And just, oh my gosh, just see the connection and the exchange and the dialogue. Like, this is acting, this is performance. I always say it that Andrew Lincoln is one of the most underrated talent in the industry, and when paired with Danai, I mean, they make such an incredible powerhouse in the show. And so I'm a big TV and movie fan. You name it, I probably like it. I probably, critique it, of course, but there's something special about this particular show, that the budget, the writing and the crew, the fact that Andrew and Danai are actually behind the scenes, co-creating the show, writing the show, producing the show, is also such a treat and a pleasure, because it means now that we're not going to get, apparently AMC initially wanted to have them reunite in the last episode of the series, and no, they had it happen in the very beginning. And that's what happens when you let the creatives create. Like they know the character, they know the fans, they know the story, because they played them themselves. They've interacted and engaged with the fans at different conferences and Comic-Cons and all that kind of stuff. And so they know exactly how to deliver, and them being able to be in charge of the story is so important, because every episode is just so satisfying. I'm looking forward to the final episode. We don't know if we're going to get a season 2 of The Ones Who Live. Some people are saying that maybe we're going to get a season 2. Some people are saying that someone's going to die. I don't know. At this stage, honestly, they've created such a great story that I would be heartbroken if Rick or Michonne died, of course. And we know that Walking Dead likes to do these whole shock factor type things. But for me, they've told such a great story that I'm satisfied. And I'd be sad, but as a fan, but I'm satisfied and content with what they put together so far. And so, what happens next on the final episode, or maybe the season finale of The Ones Who Live, I don't know, but I just want to watch and enjoy. And if you're not watching this show, you guys are missing out on a treat, man. I'm telling you, this is television at its finest. It's acting and writing at its finest and at its best. I'll probably drop another video when the finale happens, just talk about it, give my reaction and my response to it, and where I see things going next. But until next time, peace.